In this video we're going to look at the All Powers 372 watt portable generator. So this All Powers portable battery bank I've had for about 2 weeks now. I've used it on site several times. I've charged various different things up, drill batteries, there's USB things, there's many different features on here. So what I'll do is I'll run through all the features with you. I'll bring you in closer so you can see them up close, and then we can you can decide if you'd like to get one yourself. So hopefully this review will help you make that decision. But it does have a lot of features. I was looking for quite a long time at many different battery banks. Some are quite expensive. This one was £245, and it's pretty light actually. It's got a handle on there, and it's pretty light. It's so easy to carry into properties with you. It is a 372 watt rated battery bank, and it says maximum 500 watts. Now, if you look through the small print of the description of it, it's actually, they don't recommend any more than 300 watts. 300 watts sort of maximum really. I have pushed it further and it just cuts out. So and then you just unplug whatever you're doing, turn it back on, and it starts again. So it does have a cutout feature on it. It depends what you want to use it for, if you're interested in getting one of these. But what I'll do is I'll show you all the different features. But they do recommend maximum 300 watts on this. Just bear that one in mind. The AC ports on the front, you got the 3-pin AC. You got 2 of those on the front. They work at about 85% of the 372 rated value. The DC outputs on it are rated at 90% output. But they do recommend no more than 300. So let me bring you in closer. I'll show you all the features, and we'll go from there. Okay, the first thing I want to show you guys is the front display. So the display here, you've got an LCD screen here. You've got 2 like 13 amp for 3-pin plugs, UK plugs. This one, it looks like you might be able to put some other kind of European one in there, but this one's designed for the UK. You've got the 2 orange buttons on the side, a little LED lights. So I don't know what they are, 1 watt I think they are. So they're not very bright, but obviously in pure darkness it's not too bad. Once you switch those on, immediately the battery light comes on and tells you a percentage. Now I'm only at 81% on this battery at the moment because I've been using it. Let's turn that back off. So the 3 buttons you got on the front, you have a wireless button with a Bluetooth symbol. You've got a DC button and an AC. Now we'll start from the left. So we've got the wireless and Bluetooth. So you've got a wireless charger for your phone on the top, if you're lucky enough to have a phone that does that. My one does. So what I'll do, so if you just push the button, hold it for a second or 2, Bluetooth comes on. Now I'll show you that function in a minute. If you just push the wireless button, it says hello, and it tells you the output that it's putting out currently. So the current state is there. So all if I do, if I put my phone on the top, my phone, it says fast wireless charging. I don't know if you just see that, but it says 1 hour 50 minutes until full. I've I've got it on silent so you didn't hear nothing, that's really why. But so it's telling you how many watts it's putting into my phone. It's currently doing 6 watts into my phone. And the time stated on the left, that's how long until the battery is depleted. Obviously that's constantly going to change with the amount of rate that it's charging things, or it's discharging. Apparently it does over 60 charges on a phone. I assume that's full charges. So that's the wireless option. Now you can push the wireless again, it turns it off, but Bluetooth is still on. If you get your phone with the app, if you go into Play Store, it works on iPhone I believe as well. It's that one there called All Powers, if it's coming up on there. So I've got that one already installed. And what it does is it comes up with a current usage display. If I turn the LED lights on, it should update itself. Hang on, am I connected to it? I don't know if I'm actually connected. I'm not connected. There we go. Searching. Connection successful. So 81%. You put the LED lights on, and what it will do is it will generally tell you what the wattage is, if you can see that there, the power in if you're charging it, and the time till it's empty there. I mean, these LEDs are so little, and so like I think it's barely 1 watt that comes out of these. So, but what you can do on here, it shows you all of the functions that you can charge on there, and you can actually manually turn them on and off, or wirelessly should I say, from the phone to the charger. So if I hit the LED light button, turns them off, turns them on, turns them off. So you got the 12 volt USB, the AC, and then you can change between 50 and 60 hertz. So you've got a few options on there. It is very basic, but it's something that's it's a good little thing to have on there, and see the current state. You know, you might have this in someone's home with their wireless, is what I've been using it from their router, so they can have their Wi-Fi, so they can carry on working, and their PC or laptop charger. And I have the phone with me, like whether I'm doing a fuse board or whatever I'm doing, and I can see the current state and make sure it's okay and still within limits. So that's the Bluetooth. So you hold it down again for a few seconds and the Bluetooth goes off. DC, push the DC button. This is their USB. On the side, you have 3 USB ports. I think it's USB-B, I think they call that, I'm not sure, but the normal ones you plug into your charger, you plug at home and that. And you've got a USB-C port, so you can charge C to C. You also have a DC output. Now obviously I haven't used those, these might be more common for camping and things like that, but you've got a DC output, so there is options there if you want to run something off of them. I'm not sure the rate, so what we're going to do, the rating, I've not tested the rating and how fast this charges things on the side. I'm not assuming it's going to charge very fast, but what I've got here is a Klein ET900, so it's basically a little USB multimeter. So what I'll do is if I plug that into one of them, switch that on. Now I just need something to charge. Okay, here we go. I'm a little bit more prepared now. So I've got a USB-C charger, which is for my phone. I'm not going to use the C to C. I don't have that lead. I just have the normal one that you have at your plug, or you can plug in your van or whatever. So that's the most common. So I'm going to plug that into this. There we go. Right, so we're plugged in. Switch DC on. Plug it into my phone. My phone just said it's charging. Oh, hang on. Hold on, what's going on here? There we go. Fast. It's a slow charging. So it's a slow charge. Let's see what kind of rate it's putting out. I don't know if that's focusing, but it's putting out 5 volts. Current says, I don't know if you can actually see that. Current says 0.41 amps. So it's nearly half an amp. 4 milliamp hours. And then it just tells you the time and how much watt hours it's put in so far. So it's just under half. It's 0.41 amps, just under half an amp, which is pretty slow. To be fair, obviously most fast chargers now are what, 3 amps, so it is pretty slow. The faster charge is the wireless on the top. But this is quite handy for things, you know, like you know, you any music things or GoPro or anything like that when you're on site. It gives you some flexibility there. So you've got 3 big USB ports and a USB-C, DC outputs on that side. And it's currently saying it's putting 2 watts of power into my phone. That's going to be 101 hours until it's depleted. So yeah, that's that side. Now the other side, you've got input. So it looks like you've got a jack for, and I think this is for like a solar panel, because this is designed probably for a lot more camping side of things. So I believe you can put up to 100-watt solar panel on this, from what I've read, and it's something I might look at doing. I'm not sure, but I mean, obviously I'm not taking it camping, so it's probably something I'll never use. But that's an option if if you're a camper as well as you love camping as well as obviously the work you do, and you want to use this at work and then take it away the weekend. There's options. You've also got a 12-volt DC input there, so you can charge this with DC from your car. And things like that. Now this that's the solar. That's the positive and negative for the solar. This input here on the left here is the charger from the wall. So you'll get a 13 amp plug, 3-pin plug, and it will come. It's like a laptop charger essentially, and then that just charges in there. That's how I currently charge it at the moment. So that's the most common way, and probably be the fastest way. So from there, I've done everything on the front apart from the AC. I've used this, obviously it's the most common for me. So what I'm going to do is show you. I have a drill charger. Now this is a 12-volt Makita battery. Now I do have the 18-volt charger, but the 18-volt actually, when it's a dead battery, I've tried it, and it cuts the unit off. I think when it's completely depleted on the 18-volt drill battery, it puts such a lot of power at the beginning to get it going, it cuts this off, because I have had the 18-volt running on this as well as this, but the 18-volt was probably at least halfway charged. So they do run, but it's the initial from a dead battery, it won't do it. So if you're getting low on your 18-volt, you can plug it into this and it will charge. I can tell you that, because it does work for me. But I've had these ones from dead. This battery's only got 2 bars on it currently. So if I plug, let's plug that onto that one. Now this is 220 volts, by the way, coming out of this unit. So let's turn on the AC. Hold down the button again. Turns on the AC. My fan's just kicked in. Oh, it's gone off again. So it's doing 9 watts to start with. As you can see, the light's on. It's lit up and it is charging. It's currently doing 78 watts. If you can see that. It's putting 78 watts of power into my battery to charge it. This is what you wouldn't normally see, obviously, when you're plugging it into a normal socket in your house, a 13 amp plug socket in your house. So I mean, these are only 20-minute chargers for the 12 volt, so that won't take long. I've charged these up many times from this battery bank, and you get quite a lot of use. The percentage goes down, but not that much. I've had this in someone's home running Wi-Fi when I was changing a fuse board. Their power was off probably for 2 or 3 hours, and then I forgot about it. To be fair, they were using it. It was on for about a few hours with their Wi-Fi, and it probably went down about 40%. I think they plugged something else into it as well, but it's about 40% that it used of it. So it's not too bad. It does quite well. So for the size and the money that you pay, there's some out there that are you know, extreme money, but you pay for the wattage, the amount of storage it's got, depending on what you want it for. If you just wanted the very basic things, which is what I wanted it for, this is absolutely perfect. I'm over the moon. I'm really happy with it, and it ticks all the boxes really. And so if I go away for a weekend, I can just throw this in the car. You know, if I go camping or anything like that, you know, I can just take this with me. It gives me options to do things. So just bear in mind, maximum about 300 watts, I'd say, on this, because that's what they recommend. And I did go over that, and it just cuts that. It just turns itself off. So it's safe. It says it's got 2 fuses inside. It didn't blow any fuses whatsoever. It just shut down, and then I held the button to turn it back on, and it starts back up again. So far, over 2 weeks of use, this is a really good bit of kit. For £245, it's money I didn't want to spend, but with the amount of work that I'm doing, electrical work I'm doing in people's properties, and changing fuse boards and all kinds of things, it's really sort of helped me out. Obviously, so many people are working from home at the moment. And they're like, when you say you've got to turn their power off a bit, do some tests, and they're like, oh really? You know, they're either homeschooling or they've got to work, they've got Zoom meetings and that. So it's really got me out of a few sticky situations with power. It's like, okay, don't worry, we'll plug your Wi-Fi in, we'll get your computer running. So it's really it's done what I paid for really. So it doesn't weigh too much, you know. I'm holding it with one finger there. It doesn't weigh. I was expecting it to be really heavy because obviously batteries and the storage, but it's not. There's nothing round the back, and there's nothing underneath. It has fans on the side there, which do come on when it gets obviously a bit warm. But other than that, it's doing really well. Well, that's it for the All Powers portable battery bank. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up, put a comment down below. I'll answer any questions I can. If not, I'll try and find them out. If you're interested in buying one of these, I've got a link down in the description that will take you to Amazon and exactly where you can buy it. It's about £245. It's great value for money, and yeah, if you want to get it, links in the description. Subscribe, hit the bell button, more reviews are coming, and thanks for watching.